Bye-bye. 94.3 The Ox. Cody Jinks and Roll on your Monday ride now. 8:29, time for Coffee Talk, brought to you by the Comanche Chamber of Commerce and Agriculture. Check them out at #Explore Comanche, Texas. As we say good morning, welcome to the studio. Cynthia Newton with Hope Counseling. How we doing?
We are mundane.
Are you on your phone talking to me?
No, I'm actually pulling up the rest of my stuff.
Oh, okay. She's not even paying attention.
No, I'm actually pulling up my intro.
Well, perfect timing. Caught you, didn't I?
No.
No.
You know.
Okay.
Whatever. That's no secret. You know, some days are just worse than others, but it is what it is.
It is a Monday.
It's June.
Uh-huh.
Did you know that?
I did.
Yeah, I don't know.
D-Day.
I don't know. It's great. Yeah, you're right.
1944.
It is. That is right. So I want to do a quick thing today. I'm going to be at the Comanche Library at 2 o'clock. Did you know that?
I do now.
Crazy how much you learn from coming to work.
Made a bump on that otherwise smooth and glossy gray surface betwixt my ears.
No kidding. So yeah, we're going to be doing, the library is hosting some different events this summer, and one of the things that they've asked me to help with is Teen Talk. So every Monday afternoon in June, at 2 o'clock, we're going to be at the library just to have some time with teens. Y'all want to come up, you just want to talk about stuff, you just need a place to, unload. That's what we're there for. Okay.
Oh, man.
So me and interns will be there starting today, every Monday at 2 o'clock.
Are you checking IDs?
Comanche Library.
Are you checking IDs? Do you have to be a teenager?
Well, I guess you can be a teenager at heart.
Okay.
So, you fit that category quite well.
Oh, man, you're going to have to read some more books if I come down there and start unloading.
So, we've had a lot happen over the last couple of weeks. Just a little bit in our world, in Texas. Man. And I've kind of been thinking through how do we cope with what's happened in regards to a shooting at a school that killed so many kids.
Right.
And I go back, and somebody had posted this, and I just started reading, and I'm just going to read these to you because I'm getting chills just thinking about it. Thurston High School, Columbine High School, Heritage High School, Deming Middle School, Fort Gibson Middle School, Buell Elementary School, Lake Worth Middle School, University of Arkansas, Junipero Cerro High School, Santana High School, Bishop Newman High School, Pacific Lutheran University, Granite Hills High School, Lew Wallace High School, Martin Luther King Jr. High School, Appalachian School of Law, Washington High School, Conception Abbey, Benjamin Tasker Middle School, University of Arizona. This page jumped on me. Like, really, it did. There it is. Where was I?
University of Arizona.
Thank you. Yeah, Lincoln High School. John, and I don't know that I'm pronouncing all these right. McDonough High School, Redline Area Junior High School, Case Western Reserve University, Rocori High School, Ballou High School, Randallstown High School, Bowen High School, Red Lake Senior High School, Harlan Community Academy High School, Campbell County High School, Millwee Middle School, Roseburg High School, Pine Middle School, Essex Elementary School, Duquesne University, Platte Canyon High School, Weston High School, West Nickel Mines School, Joplin Memorial Middle School, Henry Foss High School, Compton Centennial High School, Virginia Tech, Success Tech Academy, Miami Carroll City Senior High School, Hamilton High School, Louisiana Technical College, Mitchell High School, E.O. Green Junior High School, Northern Illinois University, Lakota Middle School, Knoxville Central High School, Willoughby South High School, Henry Ford High School, University of Central Arkansas, Dillard High School, Dunbar High School, Hampton University, Harvard College, La Ross Cutoff Middle School, International Studies Academy, Skyline College, Discovery Middle School, University of Alabama, DeKalb School, Deer Creek Middle School, Ohio State University, Mumford High School, University of Texas, Cali Elementary School, Marinette High School, Aurora Central High School, Millard South High School, Martinsville West Middle School, Worthing High School, Millard South High School, Highlands Intermediate School, Cape Fear High School, Chardon High School, Episcopal School of Jacksonville, Oikos University, Perry Hall School, Normal Community High School, Banner Academy South, University of Southern California, Taft Union High School, Osborne High School. And I'm going to stop because we will be here all day.
Yeah, that was about like 3 minutes worth there.
And then, finally we get to, at the end, Texas A&M University Commerce, Sonora High School, Western Illinois University, Oxford High School, and Robb Elementary School. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's pathetic.
All of these are school shootings
Yeah.
that have taken place in our country. And it all started, I remember Columbine like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
And, I was in school then, and, it's just to think what has happened and what we've seen. Because not only is it like, okay, we hear about it. No, it's right there in front of us in the media. Constant.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not just the people that are there trying to cope with it. It's what are we seeing and how are we coping with this, and how is it affecting me because I have kids that go to a school, or how is it affecting me because I know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that teaches at that school, or all these things, or I'm a teacher and I can't even fathom what these teachers went through on those days. It changes your life.
Yeah.
Changes your life to such dramatic ends that sometimes, like, we're a week and a half post, and it's still traumatic. It's still going to be right there going, oh my gosh, how am I supposed to cope with this? How am I supposed to get ready? Teachers, how am I supposed to get ready for another school year? Knowing that, Uvalde, that's not a very big town when you think about it.
No.
I'm here. Yeah, it can't. Yeah, exactly. It can happen anywhere. It can happen in our small towns, our rural areas. It can happen anywhere, guys. And it just takes one instant, and somebody's life to change drastically. Mental health awareness is huge. I know that there's been a big push on that. And I'm telling y'all over and over, I do not get into politics on the radio.
Right.
Okay. Obviously there's a lot of, debate back and forth on the gun laws and everything else, and I'm not going to get into that. I am going to say that if you have an opinion and you choose to advocate, that you should have, take your turn to advocate for whatever you believe in. Right. Okay. And that is important. So how do you cope? How do you heal in the aftermath of all of this? First off, you need to realize that there's a lot of symptoms that you may have. Even though you were not there yourself, you are living through the media, okay? This is what we call PTSD, and it can actually happen even through media coverage. Right. And in and of itself, that can be huge. So symptoms of shock, whether you were present during the shooting or someone whose life has been taken by gun violence, or you know somebody, okay, or you're close to somebody. Adrenaline surges, anxiety, panic, difficulty breathing, remembering, chest tightness, nausea, disorientation, dissociation, sleep disturbance, flashbacks, pain and tension in the body, new phobias and fears. That is huge, because new phobias and fears can come about because of this type of violence. Absolutely. Somebody now hears a gunshot or hears fireworks or things like that, and all of a sudden they're hypersensitive to that. So be aware of that. I've got some quotes here about what survivors say. It changes everything about you. It changes your marriage. It changes your relationship with your children. It changes whether or not you want to even get up and go to work. At first, I couldn't be alone in a room. I slept in the same bed as my mom for at least a week, and I would just wake up and cry and then have to start my day, which would usually include a funeral, a memorial service, and or work. You never know when they walk off from you that you're never going to see them alive again. My gut told me that my ex was going to get a gun and kill me without him verbalizing it. I obtained a restraining order, and he was served and still managed to stalk and hunt me down. Okay? You don't really grow away from it. You kind of grow around it. As you grow up, it moves with you. Survivors of shooting, survivors of violence. This is what they're feeling. Survivors of high-profile mass shootings may experience an overwhelming amount of attention. Okay, think about these survivors, these kids that we've seen, talking about, I was supposed to be at school this day, and they're just plastered all over the media. And, it's like we have to think about, what are they going through? Yeah, we want to hear their story, but what are they going through, and how much is it taking from them to be able to sit there and talk about that? You don't have to allow reporters into your home, okay? You don't have to. You don't have to allow reporters to talk to your kids. You can say, we're not ready. No. You can state, I'm not ready. A lack of attention can be difficult to handle for different reasons. The vast majority of gun injuries and deaths don't receive the same amount of public acknowledgement as high-profile mass shootings. Right. So a high-profile mass shooting may receive more, but then just like, a small gun shooting, that doesn't make it any different. Okay? Attending funerals and vigils can be physically and emotionally draining. Can you imagine in Uvalde, one funeral after another, what this town is going through?
Yeah.
It's a repeat of the trauma. It's a constant repeat. In the events of these, there may be multiple funerals to attend. Okay, that's going to compound all of that. A King Soopers employee who survived a shooting that killed 10 people in March of 2021 spoke about the difficulty of trying to attend funerals for so many victims, and that was only 10. It was just too hard to go to 10 in a week.
Yeah.
It was only 10. In Uvalde, you're looking at, what, 21, I think? Is that where our numbers are at?
Yeah.
So, if the incident's covered by the media, the thoughts and prayers of strangers, how do they know what I'm going through? Yes, I appreciate your thoughts and your prayers, okay? But be careful about pushing yourself on people that don't even know what they're dealing with either, okay?
Right.
Absolutely being supportive, absolutely finding ways to reach out to support them is important, but also being sure to keep your distance too. Survivors may also encounter people expressing their support through financial donations. There's a lot of scams out there. People will take advantage of people that are at grief, people that are hurting. They're going to take advantage. So being aware of that. One way to minimize is taking the lead and starting your own fundraiser instead of having somebody do it for you to make sure that you get those funds for whatever it is that you need. One of the most intrusive things that happened in that 8-day cycle when I was first shot was that they knocked on the doors of all my neighbors. Some journalists tried to get into my hospital room in intensive care.
Oh, yeah.
And it didn't take long to figure out that I had a school-aged child and what school my child went to. They forget about you, and unless you're doing something that really grabs their attention, they won't talk about the subject anymore. Me and the other moms feel like no one is listening to us. No one is listening. If their lives didn't matter. They're not just a number, they're everything to us. Having reporters be there in our initial moments after the shooting was important. People could hear our story, cry with us, and get mad with us, but it also made us incredibly vulnerable. It opened a whole new world of trauma. Okay? When the attention and distractions of the immediate aftermath wear off, survivors are left alone. All of a sudden, a month goes by, and all of a sudden, where are all these people that cared about me? Now I'm actually starting to feel it. The pain's worn off. What do I do now? Everybody's gone.
Right.
Realize this goes on. They're going to relive that trauma. Think about these people, where all of these shootings have happened, and the next time they have to go back to that school, or the next time they have to walk into a classroom, and I know that there's a lot of school, I think Uvalde's talking about rebuilding so that they don't have to use the same building, and there's some places that are doing things like that, and that's a great thing, but it's still there. The memories are still there. You can't erase them. Getting help and finding community, whether you're seeking financial, legal, or emotional support, you can look for specialized resources, okay? Nothing is as important, however, as regaining emotional balance during this time. Even if you are not immediately affected by this, you need to check your emotional balance as well and how this is affecting you. Because our tendency is to take on some of that. Again, I'm a mom. Y'all know this.
I was going to say, if you got kids.
If you've got kids, this just, absolutely. You're dealing with it.
I know y'all had a scary Gustine several months back.
We did.
Similar deal. You don't know how that's going to go.
You don't. And it's very scary. You just don't know. And so you're on heightened awareness. It's like, if my kids can't be safe at school, where can they be safe? And that's not on administration, okay? Again, I'm not getting into politics, at all about that. But, we send our kids to school believing and hoping that our kids are safe. Our administrations do the best they can to ensure that. Sure, things happen. We are human. We make mistakes. But, I can honestly say that I've seen schools and administration over and over and over, even if mistakes happen, come back and try to fix and replan and re-strategize. 30 years ago, we never thought we'd be dealing with these kinds of shootings.
You dropped your kids off at school and thought the worst thing that's going to happen is you get a call from the principal, right?
You didn't have, your schools locked down like Fort Knox.
No,
you didn't. And now you can't, you can't even get in a school for the majority of the time without going through 1 or 2 locked doors. And some places metal detectors. This is what our world has come to. And this is what we have to deal with as parents, as family members of those. that are in schools, and not just the primary schools, but your colleges, your universities. Absolutely. I mean, we've seen that at different universities as well, and it's happening. So being aware of that is huge too. And universities obviously are not as locked down as your primary schools,
Sure.
so they have more access to some of that. All right. So, I mentioned a little bit about advocating, and I want to say this. Gun deaths are on the rise nationally. Okay, 45,000 people died by gun violence in 2020 alone. Okay, that number is expected to continue to increase. Okay, again, I am not saying you should or shouldn't have guns. I live in Texas, guys. Okay, I mean, has nothing to do with that. But you do have to make sure guns are safe from children. Okay, even if you have guns in your home, you need to make sure that you're keeping them, safe, and you're teaching your children about gun safety and all of these things. And that's huge in and of itself, and making sure that your children understand that. How do you cope in the aftermath of a shooting? This is so similar to things we've talked about. Attend to your self-care. Okay, these things are very familiar. I've talked about them before. Pay attention to your emotional health. Try to recognize when you or those around you may need extra support. Avoid overexposure in the media. Do not sit there and scroll and watch every news channel and every news story about it. Don't do it. Okay, so allot that time, maybe one time a day that you're going to go look and catch up, and that's okay. But don't sit there all day long, because you yourself will start to have feelings associated with that traumatic event. You are flooding yourself with images that you don't need to put through yourself. Try to recognize when you or those around you may need that extra support. I already said that. Maintain contact with friends and family, and focus on your strength base. Talk to others as needed. Be aware that nothing changes overnight. Okay, nothing can change overnight. There's things that people fight for, people work for, policies in our schools that have taken years and years to be implemented for the safety of our children. It doesn't happen overnight. Okay, you have to take a look, take a step back, take a breath, see what you can do as a parent, as a citizen in your own community. You can support those around you. But we will continue to be here for you and in your local areas at Hope Counseling of Texas, guys. Anything that we can do. If you've got somebody that we are, of course, we do provide telehealth appointments as well. I know that there's been some talk of virtual assistants and telehealth professionals being available for victims in the area and families associated with that. So, I mean, again, if you don't, just know that we're here. Hope Counseling of Texas. We have offices in Comanche, Eastland, Dublin, and Hamilton. Anything that we can do to help you as you navigate through this, or as you start getting ready yourself for the next school year, and things start coming up. Kids ask lots of questions. My kids asked lots of questions. My kids weren't even in school anymore when this happened. School was already out for my kids, and they still, I mean, it's just, it still affects them. To think these, fourth grade kids, or that age group that were killed, and it's so close to home. Okay, but yeah, don't be surprised if you start going through symptoms of grief, or symptoms of shock, or symptoms related to this trauma yourself. Okay, so just unplug, set your boundaries. Again, at Hope Counseling of Texas, we're here for you. Comanche, Hamilton, Dublin, and Eastland, 325-356-1105. Please give us a call if there's anything we can do for you. Reach out to us on Facebook, also at Hope Counseling of Texas.
All right, Cynthia Newton with Hope Counseling. Thanks so much. Tough subject matter today.
Yeah, it is.
Needed to be said.
Absolutely. So don't forget, 2 o'clock at the Comanche Library for your teenagers.
Oh, man, I'm coming down for a consulting.
All right.
Designed to protect what's important to you. Doesn't have to be confusing.